Would you seriously believe me if I was to tell you that there are people that want to be disabled so badly that they're willing to take off their own limbs to be disabled? Hey you, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, this channel is related to everything with chronic illnesses, and if you would like to join our Spoonie fam, just hit subscribe and turn on the notifications and you're good to go. Alright you guys, you know that we are starting the series finally, sharing other invisible illnesses. Help spread awareness and also show you that there are other illnesses, diseases, syndromes that are more rare that you probably might have not heard of. So it's just a way to talk about them, share them, and I hope you find this helpful. This one, you guys, is crazy. To me, it's absolutely crazy, and it was sent to me to check out, so I thought I would share it here after reading about it. It's still a pretty secretive kind of illness, if you want to say. A lot of people are fighting if it's a mental illness or if it's in scientists want to believe it's a neurological disorder. The fancy term of it is BIID, is actually abbreviated for Body Integrity Identity Disorder.
When Chloe Jennings White was 4, she felt that she shouldn't have legs that worked. Even as a small child, she wondered what life would have been like if her legs were no longer mobile, because it would be then that her body would feel complete. She would see disabled children and envy their lives. When she saw her aunt, who wore leg braces, she would become jealous of her immobility. Just 5 years later, Chloe made a plan. She got on her bike and rode it off the stage in an attempt to paralyse herself.
When a healthy person feels like they need to be disabled, they're actually calling it trans-disabled. I don't know if you're familiar with what transgender means. In case you don't, transgender is when a male knows he's male and has male parts, but he truly feels he should have been born female. Putting that into the perspective as feeling like you were supposed to be disabled when you were born. They say this stems from a younger age.
Jules Schupping's desire to have a disability began when she was a little girl. She was a healthy baby girl, but by the time she entered childhood, she had an overwhelming desire to be blind. The desire turned into an obsession. She couldn't take having the ability to see, so she found a psychologist who helped her dream come true. Jules and the sympathetic psychologist met for 2 weeks to make sure that this is what Jules really wanted, and then, during a session, the psychologist poured a drain cleaner into Jules' eyes. They waited 30 minutes before seeking medical attention, and now Jules is completely blind.
Now, you guys know I'm not a doctor, of course. I find these different types of illnesses and stuff, and I just want to share them with you. You can always do your own research and check out your own things, but I'm a friend here sharing with you. It's really secretive, like I was saying before. And it had started online where someone had bumped into another person online, and they started growing this community. There's a woman that really begged a doctor to, I think it was cut off her legs, and he would do it for $25,000. Now how terrifying is that? There's people that have paid doctors to cut off a limb or paralyze them or whatever it may be. Some of them, plenty of them, just don't have the money to do it. There are people that will act as though they're disabled and put on leg braces and such. There's been people that purposely blind themselves to be blind. Now, I know how upsetting this can feel. I get it. I actually shared it on our Facebook group page because I just couldn't believe what I was reading. Before you jump into judgment, as I did, I was going to delete what I posted there on Facebook. Then I thought, you know what? I want to see what these people think too. Because if this is a real illness, just think of the judgment they must get. To put it a little bit in perspective on how I always try to put myself in someone else's shoes when I'm having a hard time understanding, or I find myself judging, because this is very easy to judge. Maybe that's just me, but to me it's really easy to judge. I've seen people saying, Well, that's so they could collect Social Security, and there was a whole sorts of things. And I'm not putting shame on anybody because I judge too. But you guys, when I read it this way, it made so much sense to me. Okay, imagine, okay, your body, you have all your fingers, you have your toes, you have your legs, and the outside, your body is normal, okay? Now imagine you woke up and you had a hand grown on your foot, okay? How would that make you feel? You'd feel humiliated. Can't talk. You'd feel wrong, right? You'd feel like you have to cut that off. It doesn't look right, and you're starting to stress about it. What can I do to get this off? Do I cut it off? Do I see a doctor? I can't afford a doctor. And then you're hiding away from everybody. You're hiding in your home. It's just bothering you so much. And it's like causing like this anxiety, right? This is how these people are feeling that have BID. They say, because they've been doing some studies on it and stuff. I have the laptop here. But they've been doing some studies and things, and it's like their brain doesn't map out their body correctly. Like, it knows its body's there, but as it would feel for you to have like an extra limb is how they feel, but just with their normal body. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I try to put myself in that, and then I felt really guilty because I couldn't imagine what that would feel like, to feel like your leg isn't supposed to be there. Like your brain is telling you it doesn't belong there. It doesn't belong to your body. It feels like a foreign object. That has to be completely crazy. Now I will share some links and more information in the description box, okay, you guys? Because I want to know your, if you want to know more, I shared some documentaries down there too. So you can go check out some of the things I checked out. Do you know anybody with this? I know it's easy to judge and say this person wanted Social Security, but if you think about it, you guys, would a person really want to just cut off their legs just to get a little bit of income? You know what I mean? Like that, at the end of the day, that don't make sense to me. I know there's people that'll easily get SSI by just saying they're depressed when they're not even depressed, but you know, like this seems like on a whole different level. Just keep your mind open, you guys. I know this is a lot. I'm trying not to judge. I know it's easy to do when it's a standpoint that we don't understand, but you know, look at our situation. Okay, we look fine on the outside, but you know, our bodies inside are a living hell. So I think by learning about other illnesses and syndromes and mental disorders and everything else, I think that could really help. Share your thoughts down below. Alright, I've never ever in my life heard of this before. Alright, thanks a bunch for watching, you guys. If you have any other diagnosis you would like me to share here, let me know. I'd love to hear them and be glad to share them. And I will see you in the next video. I hope you're doing alright. If not, hang in there. Make sure you thumbs up this video if you appreciated it. And I'll see you soon. Alright, love yous.